Hey everyone. Whoa, that's some weird. How's the frame rate for you guys? Because I'm looking at it and it looks really weird. It's like really choppy. Is it choppy for you guys or is it just our playback? Toy. Well, we just drove through Chicago, Illinois, and it was a little. How was it, Jenny? It was a little stressful for you?
The most stressful drive through a city I've ever had.
It was super stressful for Jenny. I told her, I was like, hey, I'll drive through Chicago if you want, because I started this trip in the driver's seat, but she switched over to drive because I needed a nap. I was super tired. Oh, I actually need this for comments, Jenny. You are turning in 2.2 miles. It's I-94 West, Edens Expressway to Milwaukee. So yeah, our video feed looks super choppy. Is it choppy for you guys? I haven't seen any responses yet. I guess I'll find out here in a second when I pull it up, you know, for myself. All right, let's see. Yeah, it kind of looks choppy. It's weird. I'm gonna kind of do this. Oh yeah, it's. No, all right. Everyone says it's fine. A little choppy, but not bad. Oh wow, all the comments just like loaded all at once. This is weird.
Maybe your phone was switching towers or something.
Yeah, I don't know. It's still super choppy. That's gonna bug me this whole time. All right, well, whatever. I guess we'll roll with it, or should I restart it?
Just roll with it.
Okay.
If everybody else says it's fine, then you're the only one that's bothered by it.
Okay. Jenny says some. You guys don't mind, then we'll just keep going. But yeah, we just drove through Chicago, and yeah, traffic was
insane.
Traffic was pretty bad.
So many people came within inches and they like just cut me off. Just like seriously this close to just swiping us.
Yeah, Jenny was getting cut off left and right, and I tried to tell her, I was like, that it's gonna be stressful going through Chicago, but she didn't want to switch.
I'm a safe driver too, and that I was going the speed limit and everything, or under the speed limit in some cases.
Yeah.
Didn't matter.
But yeah, we just left my parents' house this morning, and you know, we're back on the road now. We stayed with them for a month and
2 days.
A month and 2 days. Yeah. So yeah, we're back on the road. We're headed back out west. Julie asked, can't y'all skip the big city somehow? Well, we can, but we usually just take whatever route Google says is going to be the fastest. So I guess we could detour around cities, but if it's going to make us burn more fuel and take longer, I mean, this is already going to be 24 hours of driving to get out to where we want to go. So we don't want to take any detours that we don't have to. So TJ said, I dread driving through Chicago. Yeah, and we got pretty close to downtown also. So yeah, the traffic was pretty rough.
It was insane. All right, now what do I do next?
You're on this for 39 miles, and you'll be getting on I-41. I imagine we'll have to stop for fuel by then.
Yeah.
Franklin's on. He said, safe traveling to your destination.
Thanks, Franklin. Also, hello.
Sean said, must have just passed you guys on the road. Was driving south on 94.
We were just on 94.
Yeah, and we were going northwest.
We were going north.
Right. So how are you guys all doing? I'm extremely tired. Well, I guess not extremely. How long was I napping for when you took over? I was out for like an hour, wasn't I?
Yeah, I think about an hour.
Yeah, it was a solid hour. And I got pretty decent sleep, you know, considering it's in the passenger seat of a truck, but yeah. Franklin asked, is Sweetie passed out? Let me look. Oh, yeah. Yeah, she is out. Oh, she popped her head up. Let's see if I can get her up here. Sweetie girl, come here. Come on.
Don't let her step on Allie.
Sweetie, come here. No, she doesn't want to come up. She's too tired.
It's like she's saying, I'm tired of performing for you.
Yeah. Roy said, when did you leave Indiana?
We meant to leave at like 9 o'clock this morning, but it took us longer to get propane than we wanted. So we didn't leave until just after 10.
Yeah, we didn't leave my parents' house till just after 10. And
we're on Central now. We can change this.
Yeah, and we actually left Indiana only about 45 minutes ago or something like that.
Yeah.
When we got out of the state. I got to change our clocks now because we're off Eastern time and we're on Central now, so. There. Tim Ham asks, how far do you typically drive in a day? I mean, it really depends.
He said typically, so I'm assuming that's on like a normal.
Yeah,
going back across the country day.
Yeah, on a normal day, we like to keep our, travels under 6 hours. But, sometimes if we're 10 hours away from where we're going next, then we'll just do it all in one day. And today, we're gonna break this travel up into 2 days, and it's 24 hours of driving is how long it's gonna take us. So we're gonna split that into 2 days, and the first day we're gonna try and drive like as long as we can, just because we don't want to be arriving to our next destination at night. So we're gonna try and do like 14 or 15 hours today, and then tomorrow only have to do like 9.
Yeah.
So yeah. And we can switch on and off. Like I said earlier today, I was getting tired, so I took a nap while Jenny drove. And then, I imagine when we get fuel, we'll probably switch back and I'll drive.
Well, it's up to you.
I would like to. Odds are we'll be going back to Seattle every year because there is a music festival that we go to with all of our friends out in Seattle.
And all of our friends live in Seattle, so.
Yeah, so we don't want to miss that. We want to go to that every year. Unfortunately, this year, that music festival is canceled, but to make up for it, our friends and us, we are all going we're all going camping somewhere. And we're going to have our own sort of camping trip, mini music festival sort of thing. So it's still going to be fun. Andrew Huffmaster asks, hey guys, how do you keep the animals from getting too hot if you leave them alone in the RV? It's pretty easy. We just open the windows and turn our exhaust fan on, and whatever temperature it is outside, that's usually what temperature it is inside, because we move with the weather. So if it's too hot somewhere, we just leave and we go somewhere cooler. And if it does get too hot, we do have our generator that we can fire up and it will run our air conditioner. So that is an option, but usually, like I said, if it's so hot that we need to run our air conditioner, we leave. We get out of there. We like to be somewhere where it's 75 degrees outside. And if it's 75 outside and we've got all our windows open and our exhaust fan on, it's going to be 75 inside of our trailer too. Matt asked, did you get any RV projects done other than the 30 amp outlet? Yeah, we repacked the wheel bearings, which was something that needed done. Thankfully, I inspected one of the bearings or the bearing set on one of the wheels, and it was perfectly fine. No pitting, no damage. The bearing itself looked great, and the drum races looked great also, as well as the axle spindle. So
and the brakes.
Yeah. Oh, and we have plenty of brakes left. I looked at those too, so our brake life is really good also. Excuse me. So, and then But our trailer has Easy Lube grease fittings, which I didn't know that until I took the first wheel off. So I didn't have to completely disassemble and repack the wheel bearings like you do on a standard one. And you know, I just had to pump grease into that easy grease fitting until it forced all of the old grease back out.
Oh, by the way, how are your arms from doing that?
Fine. They were really sore at first, but we changed grease guns to the pump one, right, and it was so much. So yeah, but we made a video on that, so if any of you are curious or interested on how to do a showed how to do it on both standard axles as well as ones that have the Easy Lube grease fitting. So covered all the bases there, I'm pretty sure. No luck on a 4x4 truck? No luck. I looked a lot. The problem is though, back in Indiana, the cab corners, the fenders, the running boards, they all tend to rust out pretty heavily on older trucks. You know, any truck that's going to be in my price range, just because of all the road salt in the winter. So it's hard to, like, I found a decent amount of trucks that you know, were 4x4 long beds, extended cab, and you know, 3/4 ton diesels or 1 ton diesel, but I couldn't find a single one that didn't have any rust on it. And our truck doesn't have any rust anywhere, and I don't want to deal with rust. I don't want one that has rust, so it's really hard to find one that isn't rusting somewhere. This truck we actually found in Kentucky, and that's why it doesn't have any rust. So yeah, struck out though. We'll keep looking though. Peter asks, are you back on the road for a while, or is this just an excursion and then back to Indiana? Yeah, we'll be back on the road for the next 6 months for the most part. And
then we're only going home to visit for Christmas, and yeah, we'll be home maybe 3 weeks at most, but probably about 2 weeks to visit family.
Yeah. So yeah, we're back on the road for a while, for all intents and purposes.
We'll be at your brother's for maybe 2 weeks, but
yeah, but still,
that's about it.
Let's see, Gary asked, taking I-80 west or up to I-90 for something new and different. Let me see.
We're not doing I-80.
Yeah, we're going pretty far north first. I-90 is what, yeah.
What's the one that goes west?
I-80, I think. Yeah, we're going to I-90. Yeah, I-80, I-70. So yeah, we're going up to I-90. But that's just, that's because that's the fastest route that Google says. When we're doing travel days like this, we just want to get there, you know. Let's see. My boyfriend and I just bought a travel trailer, says Angela Keene. We hope to go full-time next month. We are so excited. That's awesome. Congratulations.
Yeah, that's super awesome. Full-time next month, huh?
TJ said, I had seen a few 4x4s here in Tennessee. Should have messaged you on Facebook. Yeah, oh well. Yeah, I mean, like I said, we drove from northern Indiana down to Kentucky to pick this truck up when we first got it. So I'm not against driving a fair distance if, you know, I can get the vehicle that I want. You know, if it's exactly what I'm looking for, I don't mind driving at all. Franklin said, hey, David and Jenny, I just sent y'all $75 on PayPal for your next tank of diesel. Thank you, Franklin. That's so nice of you, man. We really appreciate that. That's extremely helpful. Thank you.
That's awesome. I want to give him a hug.
SR Womp said, did you, or SRW Amp? Maybe that's, Did you ever make the new apparel with Sweetie logo? Haven't seen it on your site. That is still a work in progress. We were so busy when we were back home that that sort of fell on the back burner, but we are working on it again now, and we hope to have that released in July. July 1st is where we'll have that.
Crossed.
Yeah.
We've got mock-ups. We just have to pick them now.
Yeah, it'll definitely be done by July 1st. Yeah. And if you don't know what we're talking about, we're doing a limited release t-shirt. It is the only hint that we gave at this point, and I'll just reiterate the hint, is Sweetie. That's the only hint. So it's pretty cool though. It's really neat. I love it.
I really like it.
Yeah, we had it.
I want one for myself.
Yeah, we had it actually designed by a professional, and it's looking pretty cool. So we're excited. Yeah, we're excited to release it. We'll give you guys a little more hints as we get closer to the release date.
Those hints will be on social media though, so if you don't follow us on our social media, follow us on at least one of them.
Oh yeah, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, I guess.
Twitter. I don't know. Twitter's pretty meh. Can you tell me how many miles I have left?
You have 27 miles left. Yeah, Bob said Texas is a great place to look for that type of truck. Yeah, it is. Unfortunately, Indiana's really far away from there. And the problem is if we buy a truck, we have to register it and title it and have it insured and all that. So we would have to buy it
somewhere and then go back
and then immediately go back home to Indiana. So
it's easier to get it in Indiana, but if we find a really good deal.
Oh, it'd have to be an excellent deal. It'd have to be ridiculous. Yeah, to warrant going so far out of our way, you know, drive all the way back home just for that.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, Kyle Shore's on. He said, we'll miss having you here in Indiana. Hope to see you on the road, the Wandering Shores.
Thanks.
That's awesome.
Hey, guys.
Long time no see, Kyle. Still remember that, meeting you guys in that Banditos. Banditos sounds really good right now. I'm very hungry. Any plans?
Why are you so hungry? Your mom made such a big breakfast, and you had a cinnamon roll.
It's 2:30 their time. That's why. It's lunch. Of course I'm gonna be hungry. Matt asks, any plans to join up with Thomas and Stacy?
Not right now.
No, they've got their own thing going on. They're in Colorado right now, right?
Yeah, they've got a family reunion they're gonna go to.
Yeah, they're gonna be in Colorado for quite a while yet.
So.
Yeah, and we're not gonna be anywhere near that. So we're staying up quite a ways north. We're gonna be up north for quite a while.
We might actually meet up with them this winter after we leave Fort Wayne, because we're gonna go like straight south so that we're warm. And I think that they might be spending winter in Florida. Maybe. I don't know for sure.
Oh yeah, that's right. We did talk about that.
I did talk to them yesterday in their live stream and told them that since they came to us last time, we'd go to them next time.
Yeah, we do have somewhat of a rough plan. It's possible. We don't know if this is definitely what we're doing yet, but we might, after going back to Fort Wayne, Indiana for Christmas, we might head down to Florida and hang out with, or meet up with Thomas and Stacy there and have them show us around Florida.
Yeah.
So
it's tentative, not definite.
Yeah.
And we have friends in Georgia we haven't seen in like 2 years.
That's true too. That would be cool to see them again. Yeah, that's a really good point. And I'm sure they've got somewhere for us to
They've already said they've got plenty of room.
Yeah. How heavy is your caravan, and what's your fuel consumption when towing? Well, that's what they call them in like Europe and Australia.
Oh.
So I'm assuming just not America.
Yeah.
Ours it weighs about 5,500 pounds, fully loaded, and the fuel economy that we get when towing is roughly 12 miles per gallon. I know that's probably, since you called it a caravan, you're probably from Europe or Australia, and you'd rather have kilometers per gallon, or no, kilometers per liter. right?
I don't know the conversion. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
But yeah,
I wish I
it's
did.
12 miles per gallon. You can just use Google. It's like to convert that. It's okay. It's pretty decent mileage. It's not good, or it's not great, but it's not terrible. And with fuel prices lower right now too, that's what's nice. Fuel here in America is pretty cheap right now. We're paying about $2.20 per gallon of diesel. Oh, nice.
They had so many cars out.
I know, I saw. That was a big one. Emily said, I started living full-time since October.
Oh, nice.
I found it last second for sale on payments, $85 a month.
That's not bad.
Yeah. Bill Clugston says, hi all, hope to be on the road soon. I'm in the middle of a Lazy Days refurb. Awesome. Yeah. Thomas and Stacy have a Lazy Days, and they love theirs. So.
He's a new patron. I've been talking to him on Patreon.
Oh, that's right. I remember reading his. That's right. I remember reading the message that he sent. That's awesome. Cool, man.
Coming into construction.
Oh yeah, we're seeing a wall of brake lights ahead of us. We got construction.
Down to 42.
Yeah. Well, as long as it keeps flowing, that won't be so bad. Apparently there's a stoplight too, even though this is the interstate. Yeah, makeshift traffic light. Oh, how are we doing on fuel?
We're almost at a quarter tank.
Okay.
We're fine for now.
All right.
You can start finding me fuel.
Oh, Lori said, awesome. I'll be watching for that t-shirt. Can't wait for July 1st. Gary said, you'll be passing within 50 miles of my home in Iowa. Let me know if you need or want any recommendations along the freeway in southern Minnesota. That's awesome, Gary. Well, thank you, man. It's kind of cool that we'll be that close, too. Sarah said, so excited. Coming to Wyoming. You guys will love it here. What made you change your minds, I wonder? Change our minds?
I think we originally said we were going to South Dakota.
Oh, okay. I don't know. We changed, like, at the drop of a hat. We were just like...
Yeah, we'll just randomly be like, you want to just go do this instead?
Yeah, and then we'll just, oh, there's this thing here. Well, and we're like, all right, whatever.
Well, it's okay.
So, yeah, our plans are always just insanely flexible and loose. We more so just have a direction that we know we want to go. Like right now, northwest.
Yeah.
And because we're sort of making our way back out to the Pacific Northwest.
We have to be back in Washington
second week of July. Yeah, so northwest. Yeah, we're sort of booking it. That's true.
Yeah.
Kyle said that was a great meal and great company. Yeah, it was. Are the roads busy? Yeah, here, let me show you. This is what we're dealing with right now. On the interstate. This is pretty great.
Yep, just stopped.
Just stopped, completely stopped. It's pretty awesome. Gotta love it. You gotta love it.
Oh, engine.
Yep, got some construction going on.
Yeah, they have a bunch of makeshift traffic lights up.
Bill said if you go to Florida, definitely check out the Keys.
That's what Thomas and Stacy said we should do, is we should go to the Keys together.
Yeah, but we would camp somewhere and then we'd probably just drive to the Keys.
They did say it was very expensive.
Yeah.
Well, they said it was not as expensive as they expected.
Yeah, but I don't want to pay for any of that. We'll camp somewhere and then drive to the Keys probably. I mean, it's got to be expensive. There's got to be just the land value there has to be astronomical. So like, I mean, what does that mean? Not as expensive as we thought. Maybe they thought it was going to be like $200 a night, and then it was only $100 a night. You know what I mean?
I haven't asked them the specifics, and I know they have a video on it, but I haven't seen it.
Oh, Tamara said you could fly home to register if you buy elsewhere. Not in Indiana. You have to
have the vehicle.
The vehicle has to be there, and they have to inspect it.
They come out and they look at it.
Yeah, they walk out and they
verify the VIN number. Sorry.
Yeah, they verify the VIN number and then look at the title and all that stuff to make sure everything is the way it should be. So unfortunately, it's not that easy. We have to literally take the vehicle to the BMV in Indiana. I love to drop said headed to Yellowstone in 2 weeks. So excited to get on the road again. Yeah, I would love to get to Yellowstone sometime. Yeah, we might. Oh yeah, she doesn't look very happy about that. We might be able to get to Yellowstone.
Really depends.
But it depends on a whole number of things.
Yeah.
But I mean, once we're on that side of Wyoming, we're pretty close to Washington, because Idaho's not a very wide state.
I know, but we're also stopping and visiting my grandparents for a couple of days. Because when we come back, they're going to be in California. So.
Yeah, that's true.
So this is going to be the only opportunity to see them basically all year. So we have to stop and see them.
Tamara said no inspection required in Indiana. If you buy a vehicle out of state, you definitely have to have an inspection. That might be what you're thinking. If you live in Indiana and you've never bought a vehicle from out of state, then they don't have to inspect it. But if it's out of state, they have to. They do inspect it. I bought many vehicles out of state. 1, 2, 3, 4. I bought at least 5 vehicles from out of state. So my dad and I used to buy cars, fix them, and then sell them.
And I think 2 motorcycles from out of state?
I was counting that.
Oh, you were?
Yeah, we used to buy motorcycles or cars that had issues with them. We would repair them and then resell them for a profit after we fixed it. So, Jenny, what has been your favorite boondocking location so far? My voice needs a break. It's already starting to hurt.
Favorite boondocking location? I think if I'm counting the company that we had, it would have to be the last boondocking location we were at, which was in the Dixie National Forest with Thomas and Stacy. But if it doesn't matter whether or not we had company, then I would still have to say Washington.
Yeah, in the Mount Baker Snoqualmie National Forest, that site is pretty sweet.
Yeah.
It's like up on the side of a mountain, and it just overlooks the valley. It's really cool.
I also really loved the Payette National Forest in Idaho.
That was a good one too. Goose Lake. Yeah.
So pretty. Yeah.
Finding Your Perfect Meal said, "Hi guys, just got on, so no idea what your plan is. Be safe getting wherever that is." Our plan is northwest. So
it could change in the next 2 days as we're getting closer.
Exactly. Yeah, we're going through the Dakotas, Wyoming, that sort of area, Montana.
Possibly Montana.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll have to see what we can get ourselves into.
Bill said I try not to think about gas mileage with this face.
Yeah.
Yeah, same. We burn a lot of money on diesel fuel, no doubt about it. Especially on these long treks where we're going across the country. If my parents didn't live all the way out in Indiana, if they
just make a move out west.
If they would just move out west, then wouldn't have these long trips.
We would just move up and down the west side of the country with the weather, and that'd be it.
Oh, listen to this. Here in Finland, we measure fuel consumption in liters per 100 kilometers.
Interesting.
Yeah, that is interesting.
Huh. I mean...
They totally flipped it.
Yeah.
Fuel per miles instead of miles per fuel. That's funny. Dan Reed said, "Woohoo, hello, pet the kitty for me, please." All right, you got it.
Wait, which one?
I'm sure it's this one, the one that they can see.
Is Alice even out?
Yeah. No, Alice is probably behind the rabbit's cage. There you go. Her name is Butters, if you're unfamiliar. And this is where she rides. This is her spot. She sits right there, literally the entire time, facing backwards for some reason. We have no idea why. It's probably from the light. It's darker facing backwards. But yeah, that's her spot. Oh, Jeb's on. Hey, Jeb.
Hey.
How you doing, man?
Hey, they made it to Seattle yesterday.
Oh, they're in Seattle right now. Awesome. Visiting his son? Cool. Franklin said, David, did you get your oil changed in the truck while you were at mom and dad's house? Yes, I did. Yeah, I changed the oil on the truck. I changed the air filter.
Fuel filter?
No, that was one thing that we still need to do, but that's not, I don't need to change the fuel filter. I just need to yeah, I just need to drain out any moisture that may have accumulated in it. And I also got the tires rotated and balanced, and I greased the ball joints and the steering. So truck's all taken care of. It still has a while yet before it needs a transmission fluid changed or a differential fluid change. So yeah, got everything taken care of. Oh, and Jenny swept out the inside, so it's nice and clean in here. It hasn't been clean in what, about 3 years? Yeah. Oh, I also washed and waxed the truck too, so it looks really good on the outside. It desperately needed a coat of wax on it.
What did you not wash?
Hey. All right, we're back. Sorry guys, the YouTube app froze on our phone. But hey, look, the
frame rate.
Yeah, the frame rate fixed, so it's not all choppy anymore.
Was just your app being weird then, maybe?
Yeah, that was bugging me. So I'm actually I'm okay with that happened, because I really was like the whole time I was just like, okay, David, stop thinking about it.
Stop thinking about it. Stop looking at it.
Ernesto.
Just to be clear, I have about 12 miles left, right?
17 miles. Ernesto says, hi, beautiful kids. I like your YouTube program, and it has good information. I'm from Miami, Florida, and I have my RV. Well, thank you, Ernesto. Apparently 12 miles per gallon is 19.6 liters per 100 kilometers. So it's about roughly 1.5 times then, is the conversion rate. So if you ever get asked by a non,
do the quick math in your head and try and figure it out.
Yep, by someone abroad, we can say that. Hi folks, we've been following you for a while. We're headed to Andrews, Indiana Thursday to a Boondockers welcome site. Wife can't wait to get some Rise and Roll donuts while we're in the area, said John. That's...
What is that?
What?
Oh, Range Rover. That's what it is.
Oh, Land Rover. John, did you hear? John Boy is excited to get some Rise and Roll donuts when they're in Indiana.
That's what I forgot! No, that's the only place I didn't go!
So we have a lot of food places that we always look forward to when we go back to our hometown. One of them is sushi. It's a place called Umi, and their sushi is incredible. The what's our favorite roll? The Diva roll.
The Diva roll.
So good, man. It's so good.
It's a little spicy.
That's what makes it so good.
I know.
The Diva roll. Wow. Sushi's our favorite food.
Now my mouth's watering.
Yeah, mine too. Yep. And then we got Banditos, which is a Mexican restaurant that we used to work at. That's actually where we met. And we just love their food for whatever reason, so we got that.
It's just Tex-Mex.
Yeah, it's Tex-Mex. Nothing special. And what else?
What was the other one we got? We went to Ritter's.
We got Ritter's frozen custard.
There was one other one.
Yeah, there was one other one.
Sweet Sanity.
Sweet Sanity, that's right. Some more ice cream. And then Jenny forgot she wanted to get some,
I wanted to get...
what is it called again?
Rise and Roll.
Rise and Roll, yeah.
Dang it. Well, it's so far out of the way. It would have been a long, long drive. We weren't going that way, like, ever. I could have gotten it when you and your dad went to Menards, though.
True, could have. Mimi Johnson said, yeah, finally, looked earlier and y'all hadn't started yet. Glad to see you're up and running. What do you have to go to Washington for? Well, we just go back to Washington because we have so many friends out there, and my brother lives out in Washington also. So we just want to stay connected with all those guys. And
you and your brother are super close.
Yeah, and we just, I love my brother. He's like an extremely good friend of mine. So, we just want to go out there and see all our favorite people.
I like the color of this Jeep that's about to pass us.
Oh, yeah. Robert and Marie said, my wife and I plan to start full-time RV trips, and we're getting started. Yeah, I see it. How are we doing on fuel?
Still not quite 2/4 tank.
If you see somewhere like that, like 220 a gallon, just pull on in. Speedway. Yeah. I would just go on in. Joshua said, I always miss when you guys are in Washington. Why is that? Is that
I can't get to it from here.
Oh, you can't really? Oh, can you get back over? Yeah, you can get in this lane.
Well, I might be able to back here.
Okay, there's a median. I wish you'd just gotten back over.
It's fine.
Okay, going way off track.
See, I can turn left right there, and then there's a back way in.
Okay. You're going to turn left into there? What?
There's a back way in. Will you just pull up Google Maps? You're the one that's navigating.
Alright, never mind. I see. I just really want to be driving. Bill said, check out Devil's Tower, but watch Close Encounters of the Third Kind first. Yeah, we've heard of Devil's Tower, never seen it personally, and apparently it makes an appearance in Close Encounters.
What's Devil's Tower?
It's like a national monument, I think, and it's basically just like straight up. It looks just like
where?
Somewhere like Dakotas, Wyoming area, I think.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I'm just assuming since he said that. I don't know for sure though. Franklin asked, are you all driving the trip in shifts and overnighting at a Cracker Barrel or a Walmart? Yeah, we'll just be overnighting at a Cracker Barrel, hopefully, if not Walmart. And yeah, we're just driving. Once we switch here, I'll probably drive the rest of the night. I just needed Jenny to take over for an hour or so I could get some sleep. It's very hard to find dry camping in Florida, so double check before you go. And go when it's cooler. The heat and humidity are brutal. Yeah, when we go there, it's gonna be after we leave Indiana after Christmas. So, it's gonna be like January when we're there. So it's gonna be the perfect time to be in Florida. Brent said, I found places in the Keys for $60 a night, but lots of boondocking options in Florida. Also, Florida state parks are great. Yeah, $60 a night is pretty expensive for us. That's quite a bit. Because, I mean, if you think about it, an entire week is $420, you know? So, you're at almost $1,000 in just 2 weeks. Do you know if they have diesel at their other side, or is it just here?
I don't know.
I can't tell.
I can't tell either. Do you want me to drive around?
Oh no, it is these pumps. See the yellow says diesel. The yellow, yeah. So then we avoid those. The truck pump, the big rig pumps are too much. I think you can. Should we have gotten out? Oh, good. Just
gonna go around.
All right. Should I just? Okay.
Do you just want to get out?
Yeah, let's just switch right here. I'll get her in there.
Okay.
Right here is fine.
I'm just right. That person was in their vehicle, so I don't want to block them.
All right, we gotta switch real quick. Getting a call. Yeah. Decline.
Okay.
Yeah.
Your mask. We got new masks while we were home as well. David's best friend's wife is a nurse, and her and a bunch of nurse friends were making masks for their friends and family, and they gave us each one. So now we have nice masks. Gloves?
Yeah, give me a glove.
Just one?
Thanks.
And so we feel a lot more comfortable. They have a wire in them too. So they're really nice. We can get them nice and snug, and then my glasses don't get all fogged up, which is a big pain when wearing a mask, so. I'm not sure where David was, so I'm just gonna try and pick up just where he is in here, and go from there. Oh, I see it right here. Brent says $60 a night. Okay, cool. I don't look very happy with traffic. Yeah, traffic is a pain. I do not particularly enjoy driving. I don't hate it, but it's not something that I like doing. And David likes driving, so he likes being in control of the vehicle, and he thinks that being the passenger is very boring. So he likes to drive, and that's fine with me. Totally fine with me. From the Road with Robert says, hey guys, how's it going? Did you get my email from a few weeks ago? I'm not sure. Our email is used for like advertising spots in our videos and stuff, so we don't check it very often because we don't work with companies super often, and if we do work with companies, it's normally the same company we've worked with in the past. So our email is not a great way to contact us. Normally in like the YouTube comments, we look at them every day, or you can try and message us on Instagram. That works too. But yeah, our email is not, that's by far the worst way to contact us, because we don't check it very often. Gary says, your second day of travel could be epic, but it would take lots of time. Badlands, Black Hills, Mount Rushmore, Custer State Park, Deadwood, Sturgis, Devil's Tower, etc. Yeah, that area in South Dakota is gorgeous, and hi Alice. I would love to get there. We've talked about maybe going there instead. We're not really sure. It depends on how we feel tomorrow, I guess. We've been talking about it a lot. We haven't fully decided on a place yet. Bill says, when I was in the Keys, it wasn't bad, but that was in the 1980s with a tent, and the mosquitoes were monsters. Yeah, the mosquitoes in Indiana were bad too. They were awful, and it's always been that way in Indiana. They've always been bad. But like as soon as the sun set, the mosquitoes were out, and then in the mornings, they weren't really out. It was mostly just the evenings. But one thing I forgot about Indiana, I don't know why I forgot this. It's not something that you ever notice when you're just driving around in town to and from work a lot, is that Indiana has a lot of wetlands, like a lot. It's there's a lot of standing water just everywhere, and you notice it a lot when when you're biking on trails and stuff out in Indiana, is that the trail is just a little bit higher than where the plants and stuff are normally, and it's just, you can just come across like this big wetland area, and that's where the mosquitoes breed. So we have a lot of mosquitoes. TJ says, did you get a chance to take the Trans Am for a spin while home? David did. I think his dad went with him too, but I did not have an opportunity to ride in the Trans Am at all. And I know we've promised you guys to show it on video, but we weren't able to this time, unfortunately. And come Christmas time, we'll be able to like start it for you, but it won't be like driving footage.
I'm gonna get a coffee.
Okay. Hey, will you get me Starbucks or Monster or something? Yeah. Not coffee. So yeah, we weren't able to show it in a video this time just because of how busy we were every single day. But he got to ride in it. He got to drive around in it, and I'm pretty sure his dad went with him. I did not get to though, which sucks because we were going to yesterday, and then we just got too busy. David's dad made me a shelf to install. He made two of them, one to install on my side of the bed and one to install on David's side of the bed, just above the windows. And we were getting that all figured out, and then it was dark, and we were doing dinner and hanging out because it was the last night that we were going to be with them. So I didn't get to ride in the Trans Am at all for the entire month we were there, which is weird because, like, it has a trunk, so we could have taken it to the grocery store and that would have been fine. And then I would have gotten it right in that way, but it's fine. I've ridden in it a lot over the years, so it's not that big of a deal. Tamara says, no one from the BMV looked at my truck when I registered it. Wonder if it was because I purchased it in Indiana. Yeah, that's probably what it is. I don't know if you have to have the vehicle with you when you purchase it in Indiana, but if you purchase it out of state, then you have to have it on you. We purchased our trailer from Ohio, and we purchased our truck from Kentucky, and they both had to be there, including our trailer, had to be there when we registered it. So luckily we could do that, but if we're buying a truck anywhere outside of Indiana, then it's easier if we just do it while we're visiting Indiana. Jay Maxey wants to know, do we use deep cycle batteries or have you converted over to lithium? We do use lithium batteries. We never even used our deep cycle batteries. It was literally the first thing we did. We have an entire solo series on it. So you can check that out. But it's also, I believe, the first few videos of ours that came out were David installing the solar and the new batteries and all that stuff. Matt wants to know, did I ever do a udon noodles recipe post? I don't know if I did a post. No, I did. I think it's on the secret Facebook page though, Matt. You can also find it on Patreon. Like when you go to Patreon on a desktop, on the left-hand side, or a laptop, on the left-hand side there are tags, and one of them says secret recipes, and I'm pretty sure it's there, but it's also on the secret Facebook page. Thank you. I love these. These are really good, and they don't upset my stomach. The Starbucks double shots, they're great. And I'm nice and awake. I can't have one. I have to finish this before 5 o'clock though, because otherwise I will not get to sleep tonight. Hi, what? Hello. Do you want to smell it? Do you want to smell it? Yeah. Did you want to smell it? Butters. You jerk. Butters doesn't like Alice. Scott wants to know, have we tried TDS logistics for diesel? It saves us a ton of money. We have not, but Thomas and Stacy told us all about it, and we're excited to try it. We just haven't gotten around to it. And the issue is that we want to try it, but every time we have an opportunity to sit down and actually sign up for it, we forget that it exists. So it's one of those things where when we have time, we need reminded of it during that time frame. Otherwise, we're just never going to do it. But yeah, I need to like set a reminder on my phone or something for one of these days that I think we might have a day off or something. And that way I know that it gets done so that we can have that too. Yeah, we've heard a lot about how much money it can save, and that's obviously something that we would love. Aw, Crystal says, you guys are inspiring me to get our new kitten comfortable with travel and camping. That's awesome. Yeah, it was actually really easy. We picked up Alice when she was only 5 weeks old, and the way I got her used to traveling was she just went everywhere with us. And Butters, I got her, how old is Butters now? Butters is 9 now. And when I got Butters, David and I were just dating, and I had my own apartment and he had his own place, and I would just drive to his place. Sorry about that, I lost you guys for just a second. Yeah, so for Butters, because David and I lived, I think we lived about 10 miles away from each other, I would drive to his place, and I didn't like leaving Butters behind, so I would take her with me, and it just got to the point where she was very clingy. So she loved spending time with me. She hated it when I would leave because she hates being alone. Not anymore. She loves being alone now. But so I would just take her with me, and she got used to riding in a vehicle way back then. So when we hit the road, she was a little nervous about it, but not bad. And that's why when she lays here, she's fine. But when we're driving down the road, she refuses to lay anywhere else. And when we're stopped, she'll explore a little. Like right now, she's back here, right there. Hi there. Don't forget, hand sanitizer.
Yeah.
It's over there. So that's why it was easy for Butters, is because when I would take her places, it was always a positive experience. So, because I would take her every time I'd go over to David's, she would ride with me. So she just knew that because she was with me, she was going to be happy. So it didn't bother her that much. And then Alice is just, we got her when she was really tiny, and we've always traveled with her. So she doesn't know anything different.
I'm gonna go out the way we came in.
Yeah, good idea.
All right, we're good.
I'm not sure how to pronounce the name. I think it's Reagan. Says, my husband and I are buying our first travel trailer. Do you think 28-foot length is a good choice? It depends on what you need. If you had asked me, is 14 feet a good choice? I would, again, say it depends on what you need out of it. For us, we have, 25 feet?
Yep.
We have 25 feet, and that works really well for us. I think Thomas and Stacy have 29 feet, and that works for them. They had smaller in the past, and it worked for them at that point in time, so...
it just depends on so many
things.
things, and what works for someone isn't going to work for someone else, and that's why there are so many different rigs, different sizes, you know, some with slides, some without, some are bumper pull, some are fifth wheels, some are motorhomes. It's like, yeah, that's a impossible question to answer, I'm sorry, without more information.
Without more details. Now, if you're asking about, is it a good length for boondocking, it's not a bad length for boondocking.
Can I get that?
Didn't you get those two?
Yeah, I thought we were gonna split this. I put the other one in the fridge.
Oh, okay. If you're talking about boondocking, it's not a bad length to have for boondocking. I would prefer shorter, even than what we have. I think that shorter would be better, but we get to some really epic places anyway, and so our length works for us right now.
Yep.
But yeah. Ray wants to know, do all the animals sleep the whole time on travel days? For the most part, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, even the rabbits.
How are they doing? They good?
They're both awake right now.
Yeah.
They were not happy to be put in their travel cage today. The rabbits don't like travel days because it means that...
I don't think any of them really do.
None of them. We don't
even like it.
I don't even like travel days. But...
We all tolerate it.
The rabbits are really finicky. They get stressed out really easily, and that stress can actually kill them. And our rabbits, luckily, they're not uncomfortable with travel days.
They're pretty chill with it.
They're pretty chill. They have some intestinal problems the days after traveling for about a day or two. But after that, they're totally fine.
That only really happens though when we're like 3 days on the road.
Yeah, these 2 days should be totally fine. No issues.
Especially when we're only traveling for like 1 day.
Yeah, if we're only doing a normal travel day where we're just traveling from one campsite to another, but we're not going to be driving more than 6 hours that day. So they never have an issue with it. But for the most part, they all sleep, all of them. I don't even know where Alice went. Alice is finding a dark spot so that she can go to sleep.
Gosh dang it. Wow.
I don't know if you're gonna... Ooh, there we go.
Yeah. Just need some help from the
There
trailer.
are too many lights on this road.
I know, this is nuts.
Too many. Adam says they just started following us today. They bought a camper 2 months ago, loving it so far. That's awesome. I'm glad that you're loving it so far. Oh, Joshua wants to know, am I still doing my YouTube channel? He stopped getting notifications a while ago. No, I am not still doing my gaming channel. It was a lot of work.
You finally admitted it? I think that's the first time I've ever heard you say it. I mean, it's been over a year, hasn't it?
It's been almost a year since I stopped. It was fun for a little while.
She still plays plenty of games, though.
I still play a lot of games. Well, okay, so the games that I play, though, my laptop doesn't have enough storage to record it. So it's weird. Because, like, I play a game called Rust. David and I play it together. And I have tried recording that in order to upload it. And that Rust is really all I'm into right now. But the files are so massive. It's like it records it in 4K and you have to play. Like, you can't just play Rust for an hour.
It doesn't record it in 4K.
Well, the file sizes are insanely huge. Like, if I recorded for an hour, it was 15 gigabytes.
Oh, at least, maybe bigger.
15 gigabytes of data for a 1 hour clip of playing.
Yeah,
and we play for at least 2 hours when we play. So it's just, I don't have the computer storage in order to record the games that I'm currently playing.
Among other things.
A lot of other things, yeah. Oh, hey, Chris is on. Seen Sprouts on.
Oh, cool.
He says,
hey, man.
So cool to see how many of us are about to go full time. Their house is being listed today.
Oh,
nice.
Congratulations.
Hopefully the end of July, 1st of August. Awesome. Congrats, guys. Tim wants to know, do we work for 6 months, then take 6 months off? No, we full time all year round. We just, throughout the year, we take a couple months to visit friends and family. But we are still working, we're still making videos, we're still creating RVing content and stuff like that. Adam says he did an RV roof treatment yesterday. It was badly needed. And he wants to know if we're on Instagram. We are on Instagram. It's just at Fade Unbound, right?
Yep.
Is there an underscore? Or is it just at Fade Unbound?
At
just
Fade Unbound,
all one word. We have never done a roof treatment, but I don't think we need one, do we?
I don't know. Should probably look into it.
It's something we need to do research on, because we've never done one. Trolling for Dollars says, howdy from Phoenix. Hello. I bet it's really hot there.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Last time I checked, it was going to be 105 or 112 or over 100. It doesn't matter because it's over 100 and it's hot. Yeah. So very hot. So I hope that you're staying cool. Sally Ann says, we have the same trailer, only newer. Ours seems higher. Do we use sway control? So we actually did some quick research recently, and didn't you find out that they don't make this anymore?
Yeah, they don't make the 2020 QB anymore.
Yeah, they discontinued the trailer we have, and they've made this one since like the 90s, guys.
A long time.
So they discontinued it recently, and the ones that they are selling are like lifted. They're like lifted higher, which would be really cool.
Yeah, they make
I
forget what it's called, but they make a version of their Springdale trailers that are made for like going off the beaten path.
Yeah, not camping in campgrounds.
Yeah, so they're like lifted, and I'm sure they have like stiffer suspension and yada yada.
And do we use sway control? We do not. We don't have any sway issues. We had some very slight sway issues when for about like the first 6 months we were on the road because we had the wrong ball mount drop. But since fixing that, we've had no sway issues. So we do not use sway control. Percival says, yay, Rise and Roll. Rise and Roll is so good. It really is. I love their signature donut is like my favorite. The one that's just covered in cinnamon sugar. Like, I love it.
Hey Jenny, how far till we do something?
9.3.
Good. And we're back on the interstate? Because we've been on a state highway this whole time, and it's terrible. All right, good.
It says this is just going to merge into it.
All right, awesome.
So maybe the state highway ends.
And the speed limit keeps going 40, 45, 50, 45, 55, 45.
Yeah, I know. It's nonstop.
It's terrible.
Oh, hey, Tyler says, tuning in from Jordan. Thanks for the great content. I can't wait to get home and go camping again. You two inspired us to get out more. That's awesome. Are you...
Big bump. Big bump.
Are you tuning in from Jordan, the country? Because isn't that like the only other place that you can see like red rock and arches besides like the Utah area?
The country Jordan.
The country Jordan.
And the Moab area are the only two places in the entire world that are like that.
Yeah. Which is really cool.
Yeah, it is. It's why Moab is so unique. It's why it's so awesome.
Hey, Adam says there's an Umi in Terre Haute. And he says the Diva is okay.
What? Get out of here.
They're all breaking.
Yeah, get out of here with your Diva.
The
okay,
Diva
Todd.
is the best one.
It is the bomb.
By far.
The bomb
I will
diggity.
argue this.
Yep.
It's good.
It's delicious.
We ordered 2 of them because we couldn't decide on anything. We just wanted more Diva roll.
I wanted one for myself.
We got one each.
What was the other one we got?
It's the one with the eel in it. I don't remember.
Bump. Just letting you know.
The
whatever.
I don't know. It has spicy eel in it. It's really good though.
It is really good.
Reagan wants to know what travel trailer do we have. We have a it's a 2017 Springdale Summerland 2020 QB. That's the whole thing. Marvin wants to know, is our cell booster still working? Yes, we're actually very happy with the cell booster that we have and the one in the truck that we have. They're both working fantastic. Karen says, I haven't seen you riding your electric XPs lately. We just got ours a few weeks ago and already have about 150 miles on them. Wow.
You haven't checked our social media then?
Yeah, we've been riding them. They're just not in a video recently, and yeah, we've been showing them on our social media because they have in Fort Wayne there's a trail called the River Greenway, and a lot of it's paved, some of it isn't, and there are old train tracks that you can, like, the tracks are gone, but the
path remains.
Like the path remains, and you can ride on that, and there's so many cool places to ride your bike in Indiana or in Fort Wayne, and so that's what we were doing. But yeah, they haven't been in a video because should I tell?
Because yeah, I guess we can do a teaser. They
can do a teaser.
They have a new model coming out, so
yeah.
They didn't want us to be showing off the old model because they're really excited for the new one. Yeah. So
that's the only hint that we're getting, or that we're giving.
You're gonna
because I don't know.
Let's give one more hint. Okay. You're gonna see the new one soon. So
yeah, you'll see the new one soon.
Yeah. Can I get that?
Karen also says we will be retiring in 6 months and purchasing our Grand Design 2020 MLE to start our adventures. Very nice. Is the 22? Does that mean it's 22 feet long? I mean, normally, but I didn't think Grand Designs came that small.
I mean, I'm sure they do.
Yeah.
Grand Design is like the name of everything. They have their like economy models and their, just like everything.
Judy says, "Oh my yes, rise and roll. We call it Amish crack. Yes, we do too. We used to every now and then. Oh shut up. David doesn't like rise and roll as much as I do. I love it though. My favorite donut shop ever. And yeah, I used to bring it into work sometimes, and yeah, everybody there called it Amish crack too because it's fantastic. It's great. I'm so bummed. I remember I brought it up like twice while we were there, but we weren't going to be driving anywhere near it, so we were just like, when we're out that way, we'll get it next time. I did not. That was the only one I didn't get. I even have a punch hole card for Rise and Roll.
Still?
Yes.
It's weird.
I kept it. Apparently there's an Umi in Fredericksburg, Virginia.
Oh.
See, I didn't know that they were all across the country. I just knew that one showed up in Fort Wayne, and it's amazing. Sandy says, are we going to have a meetup when we're in Seattle? We keep missing you when you have one here. Unfortunately, no. We're not going to be having any meetups. We're not going to be announcing any meetups until after the pandemic is well and gone for our safety and for your guys' safety. It's just not something we're comfortable with doing right now. So yeah, that's gonna be put off for quite a while. No more meetups for a little bit.
Yeah.
Sweetie is up. That was earlier.
Oh.
Whoops. My phone just closed the live stream. Definitely didn't mean to do that. Oh, then it brought me all the way to the bottom.
No. And it probably, if you were like...
I don't know how far back behind I was.
Yeah.
Hey, Scott's on.
Great, Scott?
Hey, Scott.
All right.
Aw, he says his signal keeps going in and out.
Dang.
He must be leaving then. Well, Scott, I just saw that you're on, and now you're leaving, so that's sad.
Womp womp.
Womp womp.
Jenny.
Oh, bumpy. Web Designers Agency says, you guys helped me a lot on getting myself ready to hit the road. Bought a 28-foot Jayco and my solar panels just arrived. Nice.
Oh, nice.
I paid attention to everything you guys said. Since I have animals, your videos helped a lot. That's so awesome,
cool.
And thank you so much. That is a massive help for fuel on this drive. Massive help, and that's awesome.
Yeah, that's a full tank of diesel right there.
Yeah,
so thank you very much. We really appreciate that. That's
Yes.
big help on these long trips where we're going to be filling up constantly. But it's awesome to hear that our videos were so helpful for you. I mean, that's why we make them, to put out the information.
To help people.
Yeah, you know, share our experiences. Hopefully it can help someone that might have a similar, you know, be looking to RV in a similar way that we do. Or, you know, we share our mistakes so that
Begrudgingly.
hopefully others can learn from it and then avoid it happening to them. So that's glad it's been helpful.
One of our videos that came out these last couple of months was us getting stuck in the mud, and that video was really hard to share.
Yeah, David
didn't want to share it.
I was pissed.
He was so mad.
So yeah, I almost didn't film any of it. Jenny was like, "No, David, you need to film this." I was like, ah.
Yeah, he was. We were stuck in that spot for 3 days, and over those 3 days, he was able to calm down enough to be okay talking about it to all of you guys.
I regained my composure, and then filmed it.
So yeah, it can be really hard sharing big mistakes like that we've made because it is so frustrating, and we don't like being frustrated on camera. To that extent, when you're just that mad. But yeah, it's hard to share some stuff, but we do our best to share everything that we're comfortable with sharing in order to help somebody. Because what I told him is that if we don't share this, then someone could get into a similar situation and maybe not know what to do, or not have the help, or not know who to reach out to and stuff like that. So
or maybe new people who are new to RVing might not understand that paying really close attention to the weather forecast,
really important.
Especially somewhere in Arizona, Utah,
where when it rains, it's soggy.
Exactly, not soggy, just like
soup?
Muck, like peanut butter.
Yeah.
The ground turns to slippery peanut butter.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Someone we met in Moab, Utah, the first time we were there, said that they described it as peanut butter soup.
Yeah.
So like it's kind of hard when you walk on it, but then you sink real fast.
It's weird, yeah. When it's dry, it's like totally hard, completely hard.
Yeah.
And then, but as soon as it gets wet, it's just like muck.
All right, I gotta try. Okay, it won't let me go back very far anymore, so let me try. Okay, Devil's Tower is near Four Corners.
Okay, cool.
So I don't think we're going near Four Corners. Yeah.
No, we won't be that far south.
Someone else said Devil's Tower is in Wyoming, just inside the border. It's the core of an old volcano. Oh, cool.
That's pretty cool.
That is cool. I love volcano stuff.
Yeah.
All volcanic rock that we come across. I don't remember what the drive was, man. Oh, it was when we were going, I think it was from Albuquerque area to the Gila National Forest. A portion of that drive on both sides of the road, it was just dry lava. Just like hardened rock lava on both sides of the road, and it was like so
flows
cool.
Of it, yeah.
Yeah, it was so cool.
Oh, it was neat. How long until I do stuff?
In a mile.
Sweet.
So hopefully these lights will be done in a mile.
Oh, it just becomes.
Yeah, it just says it just says to merge straight.
That's right, you did say that. Yeah. Okay, good.
Oh, Tammy says, did we get our ice cream? We did. We actually went to 2 different places for ice cream, but we didn't get Rise and Roll. I'm still very upset about that. So we went to a place, it's in a little town in Indiana called Huntertown, Indiana, and there's this tiny little ice cream shop called Sweet Sanity, and it's not homemade or anything special like that. It's just Hershey's brand ice cream, but it's really good. Yeah. And so we have family out that way, and so we stopped there and we picked some up, and it was really good, and it melted instantly because it was like 90 outside when we went.
So hot.
So hot. And then we also stopped in Warsaw, and we stopped and got Ritter's custard, frozen custard, and that was really good too. It was really sweet though, and I couldn't finish it, but it was still really good. Yeah. David you got blackberry cheesecake?
Yep, and I finished the whole thing.
He finished it. And I got blueberry cheesecake. We really like cheesecake flavored ice cream.
I love cheesecake or like the cheesecake pieces. Well, cheesecake is like incredible.
What did we get at the ice cream shop? The Sweet Sanity. Didn't I got blueberry something there too?
We both got cheesecake.
Was it cheesecake? Yeah. It was also blueberry cheesecake there too. So that's our favorite kind of ice cream, is cheesecake something. Brian wants to know, hey guys, question about Sweetie. When you leave the trailer for hiking or whatever we do we crate her? I'm training my 14-week-old Roddy now. So
14 weeks.
14 weeks. Oh, so cute.
Yeah.
Oh, I love Rottweiler
Roddy puppies are the cutest.
I will fight you on that one.
We're a little biased, but
just a little biased. Roy Pace? Wow, thank you, Roy. He sent super chat.
Oh, wow.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Roy.
Yeah, that's amazing.
That is a massive help, man. Thank you so much.
Yes, massive help.
That's going to go straight into the truck's fuel tank.
Straight to the fuel tank. So, Brian, for Sweetie, we actually crate trained her when she was a puppy. And we tried... How old was she when we got married? She was born in 2013 and we got married in 2015. So when she was about 2 years old, we tried to wean her off of her crate because we felt bad. I know that it's the safe place, they see it as their safe place and they're really comfortable there. I mean, we would leave the door open to her crate and she would just sleep in there on her own. So like she was comfortable with it, but we wanted to be able to leave her crate door open when we weren't home without her tearing anything up. But unfortunately, we were also planning our wedding at the time, and she decided to destroy everything. And we found out it was just because she had too much energy, and we ended up getting her more toys and destroying stuff. But in the trailer, we were actually originally planning on taking her crate with us, and when we would leave for the day, we were going to put her in her crate. And I know that there are a lot of people out there that have their dogs that are crate trained. We also were going
to... I wonder if our
I'm not sure. Robert says, David...
I'm still not very manly.
They didn't...
I didn't really have much choice.
They didn't have it really very good options, but his has some... It's mostly just like colors, but it does have some flowers on it.
I love that mask, though. It's the nicest mask I've worn yet.
Yeah. We had temporary ones before we got home that I just made out of bandanas and hair ties to keep us covered here, and those were not good.
They got the job done, but not very well.
No, not good.
Yeah.
I was going to make us masks, and then...
we didn't need to.
And then Mandy, our nurse friend, was giving them away to friends and family, so we didn't have to. Which is good, because it wouldn't have been anywhere near as good as these ones, because these ones are great.
Yeah.
Web designer agency says sometimes my posts do not appear. That's interesting. I'm not sure why. Adam says Indiana bugs. Yes, every night. I was talking about mosquitoes.
Man.
As soon as the sun starts to set, the mosquitoes are in full force.
Well, there are just so many bugs, period. More than like anywhere that we ever go out west. There's just so many insects. It's nuts.
What is your least favorite bug in Indiana?
Mosquito.
Okay, besides mosquito. I think mosquitoes are everybody's least favorite bug.
Earwig.
Flying bug. Do I need to be more specific? I'm trying to get you to say a specific bug.
You're just gonna have to keep pigeonholing me into it. Flying bug. Probably a fly.
No, June beetle.
Oh yeah.
Big. They're like
June
like
bug.
this, but
I do hate June bugs. You're right.
And they fly really dumb. They can't fly right, so they
blast right into you.
Blast into you, and their little legs have like stickers on them, and so like they just feel weird and
they're
gross.
Massive. They're massive. Yeah, I hate June bugs.
I hate those.
And you can't really kill them. Like, you can kill them, but when you do, they're just like, because they're huge.
They're huge and they crunch. Ugh.
Yeah,
I don't want to talk about that.
You throw them outside. You throw them back out. Yeah, they do fly like idiots. I hate June bugs.
Oh, Lazy Days Liza? Sorry if I'm butchering that. Wants to know, embarrassing question, what do you do with poo sludge? Seems like I can't get my black tanks all the way empty. I've tried so many different chemicals, but still won't empty all the way.
Not applicable.
We don't have a black tank. We have never used, so we bought our trailer new, and we've never used our black tank. We have only ever had a composting toilet. We don't deal with that, but I know that you can backflush. I don't remember. So there are people in the comments. Maybe you can help me answer this question because we don't have a black tank, so I don't know what the best chemical to use for it is.
We're gonna have to defer to our fellow RVers.
Sorry. If anybody has any suggestions for her, though, please let her know because I wish I could answer this question, but I can't. Tammy says all the fur babies are awake. Well, they were. I think it was when we were stopped.
Oh wow, you're that far behind?
I'm pretty far behind.
Better hop to it. What? How far behind are you?
Half an hour.
Oh my! You gotta.
Okay.
Can't be no half hour behind.
Franz wants to know, hey, from Washington, there are so many great campgrounds in Montana. Do we have a favorite? We have never been to Montana. Surprise, surprise, we've been on the road for 3 years and we have never been to Montana. I don't even think we've driven through Montana.
Well, that's exactly what you just said. We've never been there.
Well, I mean, we could have driven through.
Well, that's
I could say we've never been to Kansas, but we've driven through Kansas.
Yeah, but you'd be wrong. We've been there. We've just driven through.
Okay, fine. Okay, Michael Scott says...
Michael Scott.
Hello, I'm following your videos on adding solar to my RV, but lithium is so expensive. A 440 amp hour deep cycle battery is $1,150, but a 200 amp hour lithium is $2,500. Does lithium really add that much value?
Absolutely.
So definitely does, and the reason being is because they last longer.
You want me to?
You take it.
All right, so one of the huge things that you need to keep in mind with lead acid batteries is that it says 440 amp hours, but it's only half of that is usable amp hours because you're not supposed to discharge lead acid batteries below 50% capacity, because if you do that regularly, you're going to kill the battery a lot sooner than normal. Every time you take it down below 50% capacity, you're going to hurt it. That's lead acid. Lithium, on the other hand, you can draw it down as far as you want, except zero. You don't want to hit zero because then you'll brick it, but
you can drop it down to like
1-2% and it's fine. So that lead acid battery, 440 amp hours, is actually only 220 amp hours usable. Whereas the 200 amp hour lithium, the whole thing is usable. And then not only that, but lithium batteries last 10 times longer than lead acid batteries if you properly maintain them. Their charge efficiency is higher, which means if you are charging, let's say you're charging 1 amp 1 amp hour that lithium battery is going to absorb almost every amp that you put into it, whereas a lead acid battery only has a charge efficiency of about 80%. So you lose 20% just from charging it or from attempting to charge it. You don't have to vent a lithium battery. It doesn't have, you can store it anywhere in your RV, whereas the lead acid battery has to be somewhere vented, to the outside, because they produce toxic gases as you charge and discharge them. There are various other things. We actually made an entire video on it.
Yeah, we have a video on it.
So
it's a little older. I think it's 2.5 years old.
Sure, but it's applicable.
Yeah, still applicable.
So I would just go to YouTube and search Fate Unbound, lithium versus lead acid. Watch that video, and it'll tell you everything you need to know. But yeah, in my opinion, absolutely lithium's worth it if you're going to be a full-time RVer.
Yeah, if you're not going to be full-time, then it's not. It depends, I guess.
If you're just putting it into your RV that you only take out every now and then lead acid is probably something that you'll want to consider. But if you're a full-timer and you can make the upfront investment for lithium, do it.
Hang on. From YO Chaos says, coffee is on me, love the channel. Thank you.
Awesome, thank you.
These were probably 2 for 4?
2 for 5.
2 for 5?
Yep.
Nice. So that actually paid for it, so that's sweet. Thank you. Thomas wants to know, what are some obstacles we ran into towing with a large truck and trailer opposed to driving a commuter car? The biggest issues we have, if we're just driving our truck into town, is finding parking, especially in a city. Some of the parking garages, our truck is too tall for.
Yep.
And then we have to pay for roadside parking, and then those parking spots are shorter too, so like they're really hard to get into. And then with towing our trailer, like when on travel days like this, I think our biggest issue is like navigating through parking lots. It's just a little tight, but it's no big deal. It's just you have to be more conscious of what you're doing.
Some gas stations are too small to park.
Yeah.
Or the whole area is too small, and we got to kind of scope it out as we're approaching. Is that big enough? Can we get in there?
Yeah, a lot of times, especially if we're going to be filling up. Hey!
Skydiver.
That's a skydiver.
Yeah, that's cool.
Cool. If we're going to be filling up our fuel in a smaller town, I'll pull up Google Satellite View to see if it looks like from satellite view we would fit. And there have been plenty of times where I'm just like, there's no way.
Yeah.
Nope, we're just gonna keep going. Aaron wants to know, have you found the Springdale is rugged enough to handle the boondocking and off-roading you guys do?
Surprisingly, yes.
I'm glad though. It is surprising, but we're happy that it is. We know some people. We have some friends that their RV has had a lot of issues. I don't know if it's because that they're
I think it was just poorly made.
I think they had some roof issues and some other issues, some axle issues and stuff like that. So I think they probably just got a trailer that wasn't as well built. I'm not sure, but yeah, ours has been fantastic. We've been pleasantly surprised. Roy wants to know, did David video all the solar install? Yes, we have an entire playlist dedicated to all of the solar things that we have done. So if you go to our channel and you go under playlists, two of them are solar info playlists, but one of them is purely the solar install, and then the other one has all other videos, including the install, that are related to our solar. Wyo wants to know, what are our plans through Wyoming? I have no idea. Yeah, I believe that we can only stay for about 2 weeks before we have to visit my grandparents for a couple of days, because it'll be the only time I can see them for like over a year. So we have to stop and see my grandparents, and then we have to be in Washington. So yeah, someone said wake up David, so I'm beside there you go. Okay, you will when it gets closer. 17 miles.
Alright.
Let me know when that gets close.
What am I doing?
Exiting.
I know, just in case I forget. What's the info?
I don't know.
Oh.
To stay on this.
Okay.
But apparently you have to exit in order to do so.
Alright. You don't have the little pop-up?
Yeah, it doesn't say where the exit goes. It just tells you what the exit is.
It's a 317.
That's the exit number.
Well, that's all you could have.
You wanted to know the details, so I pulled up all the
exit
details.
number is the details. Goober.
You're a goober.
Oh, I'm hungry. We should have gotten food.
Yes, we should have.
There's a BK at this exit.
Sure.
There's a BK.
Yeah. Do you need me to get your directions?
No, it's probably gonna be right off. I'll look. If I don't see a sign, I'm not gonna stop because I don't want to go too far.
Okay.
You're good. You can keep going.
Okay.
I'll just make a decision.
Oh, let me find it. Hang on, I forgot. Bill says, David, what's on your mind? You look like you're a little stressed. Are you a little stressed?
No, it's just bright.
It's just bright. You have sunglasses?
I don't really like wearing sunglasses.
Oh, alright.
Okay, yeah. They're right off the interstate.
Cool.
Yeet.
I'm not hungry.
Really?
Yeah. But I'll take,
Surprise?
like an onion ring.
Onion rings.
Yes.
Price me out of existence.
I mean, I could get an entire meal if you want instead. That'll be more
Just
expensive.
get $1 cheeseburgers.
No, but I can't eat those.
I know. Onion rings.
Thank you. Thank you. Oh.
I'm gonna end the meeting.
Chris says, you are going to end up eating them. Chris says, you talk about ordering from Amazon. Where do we have it shipped when we're boondocking? So when we're boondocking, we try our hardest not to order anything that we don't need. We like to save ordering things while we're on the road for when we're visiting family. And our family's totally fine with that. So before you say anything, they're okay with that. They just keep it aside.
Why wouldn't they be
I
okay
don't know.
with shipping packages?
Some people might think that it's rude. I don't know. Anyway, so on the road, if we do have to receive a package, we will have it sent normally via general delivery through the post office. And we'll call a nearby post office, double check that they offer general delivery, and they'll tell you the details. They'll tell you what you need to make sure is written down, like for the address line and everything. But that's how we receive mail, and they'll tell you how long they'll hold it for. Unless it's like certified mail, then they only hold it for like 15 days. But like they normally hold it for 30 days. So if we know that we need something and we're going to be going somewhere in the next 30 days, we can order it ahead of time and have it shipped via general delivery and pick it up during that 30-day time frame.
Or we send it to a UPS store, which is more reliable, but you have to pay for it.
UPS is more reliable, but I think it's $5 for anything under the size of a bread box and $10 for anything over. Is
it a bread box or is it a bread basket?
I don't know.
UPS, why don't they give us dimensions? Anyway.
Yeah, I don't know. Adventure Shark says you were not able to find a 4-wheel truck yet. No, we were not. We've tried. David's dad even tried to help us. Aw. Web Designers says lunch is on me. Get whatever you want. Wow, thank you. Wow. That is amazing.
That is incredibly nice.
Very nice.
Thank you. Burger King's not. It's only going to cost us a few bucks, but
it's not that expensive. But
thank you so much.
Yes,
that's really nice.
Thank you. I don't even see the Burger King. Where is it?
It's right over there. That'll cover food for the whole day, yeah.
Yeah, that'll cover all day of food.
Especially if all you're eating is onion rings.
Well, I'm just not hungry yet.
I am. It's like 3:30. You know. Oh, jeez. Trailer break is a little too intense.
Bispo has a good question. Sedona, Arizona also has Red Rock and Arches. How is Moab and Jordan different than Sedona? I think...
Just have to see it.
I don't know. So Sedona is pretty. And yes, there are red rocks there. And it's very similar to Moab, but Moab is just...
It's different.
It's more epic.
You don't have Canyonlands type situation going on in Sedona. You don't have arches, you know, like the color is similar, but I think geologically that's where it ends. The similarity ends.
There are arches in Sedona, and there are arches around that area, but compared to Moab,
yeah,
it just doesn't compare that much. Sedona's still pretty though. I like Sedona. I gotta get
find out for yourself. You got a visitor.
Yeah, go there.
Go there.
It's awesome. One of our favorite places. Thomas and Stacy were just there, and I was so jealous. They were sending us so many pictures of them off-roading and just having a blast. Very, very jealous because they've got a Jeep.
Oh,
they
man.
can go
Is
jeeping.
their drive-thru not open?
I guess we'll find out.
I'm just gonna pull up here and that would be unfortunate.
Yeah.
Wow, can you even read that?
It says enter only.
Yeah, I know, but
Let me see.
wow, they had to. That's like the finest print ever.
It's tiny. I can't read it. Oh, Chris says, my wife says your glasses are to know who makes them. So
All right, we're good.
Nice. I bought them from America's Best eyeglasses, and the brand is called Legacy Lane. The color is pink, and it's number 40. Chris, I can send you a picture of the inside of my glasses here if you really want. I can send that to you. Just send me a message on Patreon and I'll get that to you so I remember.
All right, I'll be right back. If you
All right.
get hot,
I'm already hot.
Oh, okay. I'll just leave it running then.
Okay, thanks.
All right. All right, be right back.
Thank you. Michael Brown wants to know, what is your cell booster? It is Solid RF is the brand, and we have the RV model for the trailer, and we have the truck model for the truck. We made a video on it comparing it. I don't remember which one we compared it to. I know that we have the Solid RF, but I don't remember which one we compared it to. And we like the Solid RF better than the one we compared it to, but those are the only two we've ever tested, so I don't know which one is actually the best one. I know that a lot of people use WeBoost, a lot of people have other there are a lot of them out there, and a lot of them are a lot cheaper than companies like WeBoost and stuff, so you just gotta look around. But yeah, we love the one we have. It works phenomenally. It's great. Adam wants to know, are we in the RV sticker club? I don't know what that is, so no. I've never even heard of it. JJ, what's for dinner this evening? Some sort of fast food. Somewhere. Luckily, on our way home, or on our way back out west this time, compared to coming home, fast food places are open for walk-in, so we're able to get it. Because we're pulling the trailer behind us, it was impossible to get any fast food on the way home because they didn't allow anyone in their lobby. But now they are, so David's in there getting us some food right now. And then I just saw Brian Berg. Don't have much to give. Got a kid coming. Oh, congratulations! But this is for your next cheesecake ice. Love your videos. You guys are a great couple. Thank you. Thank you. We love cheesecake ice cream. It's the best. Maybe, well, okay, sometimes I really like chocolate, like the ultra chocolate with like brownie chunks in it with like chocolate drizzle on it too. It depends. I have to be in a mood for chocolate if I want one that chocolatey. But normally we get something that's kind of fruity with cheesecake in it because it's really good. But thank you, and also congratulations on having a baby soon. Oh, Judy says, I love the trails in Fort Wayne. It's a great system and lots of plans for expansion. Yes, we used to live in a house. Where was that? It was out off of Highway 14 in Indiana. I know most of you aren't going to know where that is. Anyway. And in front of our neighborhood, right before we moved out, we had gotten word that they were planning on expanding the River Greenway out that way, which would have been fantastic because there's no sidewalk there. Our neighborhood has a sidewalk had a sidewalk right in front of it, but it didn't go anywhere. It just ended at the edge of the neighborhood. And there was a park just down the road, and we always wanted to go there. And the River Greenway went to that park, but it didn't go to our neighborhood. And so we always had to drive on the road, and that road was pretty busy. So we were really looking forward to that. But now we don't live there anymore. But it's still really cool that they're expanding. And right now, I know right now they're expanding north a lot too, because they were doing construction out like past the DuPont Road. Anyway, yeah, it's really cool how much they're expanding it. TJ says, now I understand the hand-me-down bike comment by Thomas and Stacy from last night. I had left at that point in time, I think. I'm not sure, because I was also doing a whole bunch of, I was getting the RV ready and installing that shelf, and so I wasn't able to pay a whole lot of attention. So I'll have to ask them what that was about, because I don't remember. But yes, they I believe we told them about it, because we were only told about it while we were camping with them, so. All right, I gotta skip because I am well over a half an hour behind right now. So Ben says, how's the bleach smell? We got the bleach smell out that night, just running the fan and letting it dry. It was no big deal. Trolling for dollars, 104 to 109 for the next week in Phoenix. I don't envy you. Phoenix is really nice was really nice when we were there in February, but my goodness. That's hot. That is really hot. I really hope that you're staying cool. Michael Scott, thanks for the information. You guys are my RV teachers right now. Love the channel. Well, you're welcome, Michael, and we're glad that we can help you learn some stuff and that you're learning from us, because that's really the main reason why we made our channel, is so that people can learn from our mistakes and issues we've had and places we go. You can learn all about those, and then maybe you might be interested in going there. So yeah, we love doing it because we love sharing our experiences with people, and we love helping people learn about stuff like this. Like our main goal with our channel, ever since we started it, was to inspire people to try something different. It doesn't have to be full-time RVing. It doesn't have to be traveling. Just try something different that you might be afraid to do, because you know, you shouldn't live your life unhappy with like what you're doing. You should be able to live your entire life, not just when you're home for the weekend, happy with what you're doing. So we want to inspire people to do something new. So I'm really helpful to you, and that's awesome. And thank you. Brian wants to know, have we ever been to Black Hills in South Dakota? It's beautiful around there. I've heard a lot about the Black Hills in South Dakota, and I've seen pictures, and it's like forested and gorgeous and really close to a lot of stuff to do. We've talked about it.
Can I get the spare keys to the trailer real quick? Thank you.
Yeah, we'd love to go there. I don't know. We're hearing a lot of good things about South Dakota in this live stream, so we may end up changing our mind of where we're going, but I don't know. We'll talk about it. Eric says, shout out from Utah. I love your Southern Utah videos. Thank you. And hello from somewhere in Illinois. I don't know where we are. Hey, Lori's on. Hey, you two. Hope you're having a great trip. We leave this Friday to head to California or Oregon. Awesome. That is so awesome. I'm so excited for you guys. I'm assuming you're still in Tucson right now, which I know is really hot there too. So hopefully you can get away from the heat and enjoy some mountains. That's so cool. Jua says, did we try snow chains when we got stuck? Unfortunately, we were already stuck too deep and we couldn't dig the tires out enough to get the chains on them. But we do have snow chains, and we know that it is helpful when you're stuck in mud to have snow chains on your tires, but we didn't put them on before we got stuck, and then we couldn't get them on once we were stuck. So that was a big issue. What'd you do?
Huh?
What did you do?
In the trailer. Use the bathroom.
Oh. I'm still very far behind, so let me try and answer some more questions before we start eating.
All right.
Roy wants to know, what kind of plan are we on for data, and do we use a hotspot? We have Verizon's unlimited 4G plan, but we also have 5 gigabytes of hotspot data per device. So we have, 15 gigabytes of hotspot data per device. So we have my phone, David's phone, and we used to have 2 hotspots, but one of them stopped working, so we had to get rid of it. So we only have 1 hotspot beyond these 2. So we have a total of 45 gigabytes of hotspot data that we can use. You make that?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, nice.
Oh. Or we might go up over this curb. Yep, just a little bit. Just go slow.
Gotta go slow, guys. Someone says earwigs fly too, right?
Nope.
Do they?
Oh God, I hope not. I've never seen one fly.
I have never seen an earwig fly.
Fly right up into your ear.
I have seen
burrow in, make a home, right in your brain.
I have seen their wings before, but I have never seen one fly.
Oh man.
I know they have wings, but I've
You're
never
that far behind?
seen them fly. Yes.
Wow.
I'm that far behind. I'll scooch forward. Sorry. Oh, Franklin wants to know, I know David checked the brakes and the bearings on the trailer. How are the brakes on the truck and rotors too?
Oh yeah, I checked those too while they had the tires off to rotate and balance the wheels. And yeah, the brakes on the truck they've got a lot of life left. Ton of life, yeah.
And I was surprised that both the truck and trailer had a lot of brake life left. And it's because since we have a diesel, we engine brake a lot, like all the time. And so been able to save a lot
Conserve
of
a lot of brake, yeah.
What are you doing?
She smells that BK.
I know.
She's like, can I get that burger?
It's not for dogs.
Can I get them onion rings?
You ate already.
We're sitting at a stoplight, so.
Yeah. Lori says, how did you come up with your YouTube name, Fate Unbound? Love you guys. It took us a long time to come up with the name Fate Unbound. We wanted something that represented how we felt about.
Can I turn here? I can, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. We wanted a channel name that represented how, like, in a way, how we felt about lives and this new change that we were making, which was hitting the road and traveling full time. And it took us a long time, but I think we had Unbound for about 2 weeks, and we just couldn't think of a word to go with it. And we were.
Wait, can I go this way to get back on the interstate, or?
This says to go up here and turn left.
Oh, it does? Okay. Yeah, it's definitely closed. Sorry, guys. There's construction all over the place right now. So
we're confused as to how
I go where? Left?
Yeah, it says up here, turn left.
Okay. Right.
It just keeps saying rerouting. But yeah, it says go up here and turn left.
Hang on. Can't be right.
I gotta look at this.
Yeah, this ramp's closed too. No. Oh, it's over.
It is. You go up here and turn left. And then it just keeps going.
Okay.
Not on the ramp. They have a frontage road. See that second light up there? That frontage road leads up.
Okay.
See? The frontage road right there? Where that second light is?
Okay.
And then you'll turn left. And it'll get us back on. There'll be a second light that way too.
Right.
The ramps to the interstate are all closed, so. I guess I'm not terribly far from the bottom.
Let's turn here?
Yes.
Okay. Dang it.
Alright. Now it says to turn right.
Yeah, that's why I was like, left doesn't make any sense.
I'm so confused.
Dang it.
Can you turn right?
No, we're totally boned.
Are we really?
Yeah, there's so many cars behind us.
Well, you can turn around in that parking lot there, it looks like. I don't like construction, guys. It makes navigation weird. It must have thought we were facing the other way, and that's why I did that.
I can try, and I'll leave my signal on. I think I might be able to get. Oh, nope, never mind. Dang it. Yeah, no one's gonna let me over now.
All right, you can go after the silver car.
Yeah.
Oh, we have a red light anyway, so it's fine. I will lean back so you can see.
All right.
He's popping me down to the bottom because I'm almost at the bottom.
Nice.
Even though I'm super behind somehow. Oh, Judy says the worst bugs in Indiana besides mosquitoes are horseflies. Horseflies do suck. I've only ever been bitten twice.
I've never been bitten by a horsefly.
You've never been bitten by?
Never.
They're so painful.
I bet.
Oh my
gosh. Probably
gosh.
just like rip flesh out.
They
Right?
do. It leaves like a little hole in your skin because it just like takes a chunk and then flies off. It was always whenever we were at the pool too, like at a public pool or like I had a neighbor that lived across the street from me when I was younger.
Pools.
They are. And then that's when you have the most skin exposed, so maybe that's why. It's most skin exposed so they can get you easier. I don't know. They suck. Okay, I have to answer this question just because it's interesting, okay? Go straight here, it says.
Okay.
Wait.
Yeah, let's just follow signage. Google Maps isn't going to know what's going on here. Am I...
Well, you're not going on 20.
Yeah.
You're going on 41.
41
North.
North.
So, straight.
Okay.
Sorry, let me get back to a really interesting question. Let me find where to go.
I'm going to start eating.
You can start eating. Go for it. Okay, Colin says, question, seeing as we are all the visions of the mind's eye, viewing life subjectively through the mirrors of time and space, what fruit would you be and why? What fruit would you be and why? I gotta think about this one.
Let's come back to that.
I'll have to, we'll think about it. I'm thinking about it right now. I'll keep thinking about it. Oh, thank you, Web Designers Academy or agency. Someone asked what cell booster we used and what we liked, and I couldn't remember what we compared it to, but they're right on it.
Short call.
They're right on it. Thank you. They said the short call Fusion 2 Go 3.0 or the Solid RF RV Pro, and we have the Solid RF RV Pro and the truck one for that one too, or the vehicle one. Kevin Hildebrand, I've enjoyed the live chat. Well, thank you. I'm glad that you've enjoyed the live chat.
We have to.
We have to. It really, truly passes the time.
I must keep
like
going
crazy.
on the frontage road.
Yeah, it says you're on this for 2 more
Okay.
miles. Yeah.
Womp.
Womp womp.
Wrong time to get food, I guess.
Judy says Tillamook ice cream from Washington. Just tried it and can highly recommend. I think I've had Tillamook before. I think David's brother gets it sometimes. I don't remember. My grandparents also say that Tillamook is great. Good. Do you want the other one too?
Wait a second.
Okay. Sandy says Snoqualmie ice cream in Washington. Never even heard of that. We'll have to check these out.
All right. I've got it.
Yeah?
I would be a raspberry.
Okay. Your favorite fruit? Why?
Because I'm mostly sweet, but I can also be tart.
Oh. What kind of a fruit would be somebody that is always sarcastic? That would be you.
Raspberry, apparently.
Apparently raspberry. I think that I would be a pineapple because I don't even know how to describe this, but so I have an attitude, not all the time, just sometimes. When I get riled up, I have an attitude, and
So you're pokey?
I'm pokey, I guess, because the outsides of them are a little spiky. I guess they're really spiky. And then they could be sweet. If you get them just right, they're really delicious, really sweet, and it's one of my favorite fruits, pineapple too. But yeah, I have like a spiky exterior and then like a sweet interior. That's like all I can really describe it as. But I only get an attitude, I guess, when I'm mad or irritated.
Or tired.
Or tired. I guess there are a lot of ways that I can be angry. Chris says, have we ever, or how are we? I'm great. David, how are you? What's your tired level right now?
5.
5? I think now that I've had the caffeine, I think I'm a 6.5. In 1 mile, you're turning right onto K
Your awake
K
level.
Street. Oh, a wake level, yeah. Have we ever visited Florida? He lives on Amelia Island, I think is how it's pronounced, in Florida. We have both visited Florida in our lives. My grandparents have taken me there, I think, twice. How many times have you been to Florida? Once? David's been there once. But you also only went to Disney World, right? Yeah.
I was really young.
Yeah.
I went to visit my grandparents that lived out there.
Oh, but did
my dad's dad and my step-grandma.
But did you go to Disney World too?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah. It was, we've been there when we've been visiting big theme parks. But as for RVing there, never RV'd there. We might be changing that this winter, no guarantees.
Yeah.
Quarter mile, you're turning right onto K Street, so right here.
K Street. Highway K.
It's
County Road.
County Road K. Just the letter K. Aw, Gary says he left a tip via PayPal avoiding the YouTube tax. Well, thank you, Gary.
That's awesome, Gary.
Thank
you very
That's
much.
very, very sweet of you.
YouTube tax. That's great.
Oh,
That's a good way to put it. Oh, north.
Yes.
Right?
Yep, north. Oh my gosh. So Adam looked it up. He says, although earwigs have the ability to fly, they rarely do. Instead, they prefer to travel by hitching a ride.
Aw. Come on.
Oh no. I hate earwigs. We had an earwig problem right before we hit the road. They were just like everywhere. Every time we turned around, there was an earwig crawling around. And when we pulled the Anderson levelers out from under the RV for the first time ever, the little holes in the side were just full of earwigs. There were hundreds of them. And
millions.
Not millions, just hundreds.
Trillions.
All of the earwigs in the world were living in our Anderson levelers. It was gross. And so that's how we figured out why we had an earwig issue, because they were breeding.
Really liked that spot for some
breeding
reason.
in there, so.
Oh, I guess I could go. I guess everyone's started.
Yeah. Brian says, props to David. I can't back my pop-up in an empty parking lot. Oh. Nice.
I mean, I've had practice.
He said, just a couple years.
You do, yeah.
Daryl says, have we experienced a lot of windstorms? The only time that I would consider it an actual wind storm was when we were in the Mojave National Preserve, and we were actually warned of a sandstorm, wasn't it? There was a sandstorm blowing in, and it wasn't a big deal. Like, there was dust in the air and stuff, but like the wind wasn't crazy strong or anything. But we have been in Southern California on the south side of Joshua Tree. The wind out there and near Anza Borrego in Southern California, the wind is insane. Seriously insane. Like constant wind speeds of like 40 to 50 mile an hour with gusts over 70 mile an hour in an RV is just
not fun.
No, it's terrifying. So we've dealt with that, but there weren't any like warnings. It's just apparently so normal out there they don't warn people that there's a windstorm coming. Tammy says she hates horse flies. Yeah. Aaron wants to know, do we have yellow flies? I don't know what those are. Never heard of them.
Apparently not.
Troy's channel says, I wish I could hang out with you guys and learn your boondocking secrets. There really aren't any secrets to it. You just got to get out there and try it. And then you'll learn along the way things you need, things you don't need, things you should change.
How to find sites.
I do have, I think it's like a 45-minute long video on like detailed, like super detailed on how I find campsites. So
how to get stuck, how to get unstuck.
Yeah. It's a work in progress. We still get stuck.
Yeah.
Still.
Oh yeah.
Ew.
Are we coming up on Wisconsin? Are we about to change states?
We already have.
Dang it, Jenny.
Okay, so it was while you were still alive. Thank you very much.
Really?
Yes.
We've been in Wisconsin.
For a while.
Huh. Alrighty then.
So that one's on you.
They didn't have any sort of thing. Wow. Okay, well, whatever.
We're about to come into Milwaukee.
Huh, alright, I had no idea.
Yeah. Alright, I'm almost to the end. Adam says, horseflies don't bite. It's actually stomach acid that they puke on you and re-eat. That's nasty.
Sweet.
Nasty. Paul says, am I bringing back Foxygen? No, I don't have any plans to bring back Foxygen at this time. Maybe when we settle down and I have constant internet and a nice big tower that I can store the video files in and then not get corrupt, then maybe I'll bring it back. But with my laptop and traveling and not having great internet, it's not very easy. It's really difficult. Oh, I don't think we finished. Yeah, I think we got distracted. We got distracted with construction and directions. Fate Unbound name, yes. So we had Unbound picked out for about 2 weeks or so. And this is going on like 3.5 weeks at this point in time. And we knew we wanted to do something with that. I think that we were actually going to just do Unbound, but it felt like it was missing something. And then we just kept thinking of words that like meant that like our lives were unbound or our futures were unbound and stuff like that. And then finally David I think that we were eating dinner together one night and he just went, what about Fate Unbound?
No, I remember I was
in the
office. I think I was gaming. And then I just walked out. You were watching TV on the couch and I just walked out and I was like, what do you think of Fate Unbound?
Yeah. So David came up with it. I came up with Unbound and he came up with Fate Unbound, the whole name. So, yeah. It was a work in progress. Aaron says we should come south, visit Jekyll Island, Georgia, just north of Amelia Island, which is pronounced just like Amelia Earhart, just like you said. Okay, nice. I'm glad I pronounced it right, because I pronounce a lot of things wrong. Ooh, Aaron also says, since we're talking about Southern California, do we have any tips for first-timers visiting Southern California in the winter? We're planning on renting a truck camper and visiting a lot of places that we mentioned. Any tips for first-timers visiting Southern California in the winter? Gonna be busy and is really soft. So all the places that we have camped in Southern California, boondocking. This is strictly boondocking because we haven't camped in any RV parks in Southern California, but they've all been very sandy, and it can be really easy just turning your tires to make that sand go from hard packed to soft. So it's something that you're going to want to walk any campsites first to see how soft it feels to your feet. Maybe turn up a little bit with your toe to see how easy it might be to make soft with your tires as you're turning into it, and then get a plan to back into it and pull out of it as straight as possible so that you don't make it softer, because that could be a big issue.
Or just having your tires turn, period, you might lose traction and dig down. Yeah, so keep your tires straight. That's mainly the biggest issue we've ever had when camping in Southern California. Watch out for Cholla. I was just going to say Cholla. You have pets, oh my god. Yeah, the Cholla out there are intense. They're everywhere. And if you don't know what Cholla is, they're a type of cactus. They're also nicknamed the teddy bear cactus. You can look them up. Jumping Cholla. They have barbs. The barbs are reverse. So the needles go in real easy, and they're really difficult and painful to pull back out. And the segments fall off real easy because then that's how they spread. Like they get stuck in other animals' fur, and then they spread, and then they fall off eventually, and then they will eventually, hopefully, make a new Cholla. Hopefully. The Cholla hopes. Unfortunately. The Cholla hopes it does. I don't think the Cholla hopes it does either. It's a plan. Whatever. Just does. Mm-hmm. Oh, Brian wants to know, what is our scariest weather experience? We don't really have one.
I think the
We've been
scary.
pretty lucky.
Yeah, we've been pretty lucky. Our scariest weather experience was actually just the wind in Anza Borrego. What?
No, it was driving over through the Rocky Mountains recently.
Okay. So we weren't camping. We were driving at the time, and it was actually just about a month ago when we were on our way to Indiana to visit David's parents. And we were traveling on, I think it's I-70, up into the Rockies. We went through a little town called Vail, Colorado. And just after Vail, it started snowing. And these were big snowflakes, and it was heavily snowing.
I'm pretty sure the summit was 11,000 feet. I looked it up.
And it was dark out.
Night. Yep.
Yeah. It was terrifying. We weren't camping at the time, but
we were going like 20 mile an hour.
Yeah. And I wasn't even really comfortable going that fast. But it was all uphill.
Had to keep moving.
And it looked slick, so yeah, we just had to be really careful. That's our scariest weather experience while full timing. But like while camping, our scariest one would definitely have to be when we were at Anza Borrego. We had the back of our trailer where we have our big back window was facing the direction that the wind was coming, and it was before we had our desk. Like we still had the U-dinette that came with the trailer in there, and the seam, so there's a seam in the middle of that big back wall right down the center, and the wind was so hard that it was pushing that seam.
It's like flexing the whole wall.
Flexing the entire wall, and so just sitting there we could feel the wall like pushing on our backs, and I swear I thought that our window was going to be pushed in, and like it was just going to break our RV because the wind was so strong. Other than that, we've gotten really lucky with weather, so those are the two scariest ones. We did have one time where I thought we were going to be stuck. We probably would have if we waited any longer, but when we first got to Carlsbad, New Mexico, we didn't know it was going to snow because we didn't know that it snowed there. And we were actually exploring Carlsbad Cabins the day before, and while we were up there, we saw a couple tiny flakes of snow, and we're just like, what? So we looked it up, and it said it was going to snow the next day, and so we're just like, I think we should leave. And sure enough, we wake up in the morning, we've got like an inch of snow on the ground, and it was luckily flat to get out there and not super muddy, so we were able to get out just fine, but that was really sketchy too.
Yeah.
I think those are the only ones though, really.
I think so.
Aaron says yellow flies are basically flying demons that sting/bite like a mosquito, but much, much, much worse.
Wow.
I've never heard of them, and I've never been bitten by one as far as I know, so I don't know if Indiana has them. Maybe they do. I wouldn't know. I don't think I've ever seen one. We have seen, what is it called? A scorpion wasp?
Something like that. Yeah.
We were camping with them in Arizona, and all of a sudden there's like this big black bug that just kept flying around, and it was pretty quiet, but it was really fast, and it could fly very well. And our friend Effie had it land on her face.
Oh my God.
And it startled her. Luckily it flew off, but she decided to look it up because they got a good look at it. And it turns out...
Am I doing anything?
This exit.
This one?
Yes. Okay. Sorry. Turns out it was a scorpion wasp, which has the most painful wasp sting. I don't know if it's in, but it's in the States.
41 north?
43 south.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's all these.
All three of them. It's the same. South, yeah. Just says to keep left and a half mile.
Are you gonna eat your onion rings?
Answering questions. I'm literally at the bottom, so let me just finish this and then I'll end the live stream, okay?
Alright.
Troy's channel wants to know, have we seen a UFO out there? It was a UFO until we figured out what it was, and then it was IFO, Identified Flying Object, and it was when we were in Tucson for the first time. There was a SpaceX launch that launched from LA, and it was way off in the distance, and it was once it hit a portion of the atmosphere, it like ballooned, like it looked like a giant like weird balloon thing in the sky, and people around us didn't know what it was. People were attacked by aliens, like because it's this crazy thing in the sky. And
I even said it's probably SpaceX.
yeah, he even said it's probably just a shuttle,
SpaceX
a
launch.
SpaceX launch or something. And we looked it up. Sure enough, it was. But we could see it for a really long time. It was so cool. Oh, Tammy says, "Oh, I miss Foxygen. I did have fun with it. It's just too hard to do right now." Oh, 91 Adventures says, "We sold our house and we're planning our trip now. Can you please explain your first boondocking experience? We're on the fence and it sounds scary, but you make it look easy." So our first boondocking experience, we were actually stuck in the mud. So, and the second boondocking experience, both times we were stuck in the mud.
We got stuck in the mud.
Yeah. Our first ever experience was in the Allegheny National Forest in Pennsylvania. And it was really, it took a lot of research to find this spot, but I'm better at it now, so it doesn't take as long for me to do it. There were actually a lot along the road, and the road, like the reviews for the road were nice road to drive on, no big deal. And we're just like, okay, cool, let's try there. And sure enough, we're driving in and all of the sites we're passing are taken. They're all taken, and we were starting to get a little bummed. And then all of a sudden, one of the last sites that was on the right was empty. And it was a nice big site, so Sweetie could run around and stuff. But right at the entrance was a little muddy, so David we didn't really walk it because we didn't know to do that. So that was, mistake number one. First day on the road, we didn't walk the campsite to make sure that we wouldn't get stuck. And I think we were only planning on staying for 3 days, I think, something like that. And we pull in and we start to get set up, but while David's trying to get the truck out from under, and then it proceeds to rain for the next 3 days. And we had to wait out the rain until the ground was dry enough that we could try and get it out. We had to hook the trailer or the truck up at like a weird angle and then try and pull out. It was a big ordeal. But it surprisingly did not deter us from boondocking, because the very next place we went, we also boondocked and also got stuck in the mud. So yeah, we got stuck a lot right when we hit the road. So yeah, it's very important to walk the campsites first.
You want to wrap it up?
Yeah, right at the bottom. Okay, I'm just gonna answer Brian's comment or Brian's question, and then I'm gonna be done because my throat is killing me, and we've been live for over 2 hours now. We'll be live again a couple more times today, but not till a little bit later. So Brian asks, what kind of music do we listen to when we're on the road? He's a big Garth Brooks fan himself. I love Garth Brooks. I do enjoy his music a lot, but David and I are big fans of EDM music, and our favorite DJ is Seven Lions, and it's melodic dubstep is the genre of EDM. So yeah, and that's what we like to listen to when we're on the road.
Yep.
So anyway, yeah, like I said, my throat's killing me from talking so much.
Got onion rings that are going cold. Probably are cold.
It's fine. And I have to navigate for David anyway. So I will wrap it up here, and I will see you guys in a few hours when we go live again for the second time today.
Yep.
All right.
Thanks for hanging out with us. Bye, you guys.